Hey guys, today I wanted to share my insane pure biotic build. This biotic build is absolutely shredding everything the game throws at me, and I practically never die. Now I can actually enjoy combat without worrying about messing up. Now having fun in this game is extremely dependent on what skills you use. To really kick ass, you need a highly optimized build with tons of skill synergy, and that's something this adept biotic build does best. My previous builds didn't turn out well. I searched the internet and came across this awesome build, and it just annihilates most enemies in the game. So let's get right to it. This build is centered around three main biotic skills: Annihilation, Nova, and Charge. You don't need any other active skills. These three abilities will carry you the whole game. But it's not just skills that are important for this build. We need particular weapons, mods, and gear to hold it all together. Now Annihilation is the backbone of this build. This skill is basically a Mass Effect aura that follows you and damages enemies who are caught in the radius. It also primes enemies for detonators. Annihilation has its trade-offs. There's always a way to get around the drawbacks with passive bonuses. Here's the tree you should select for Annihilation. The first three ranks are always straightforward, so we're going to skip those. Rank 4, 5, and 6 are where things get really interesting. For rank 4, you want to go with the recharge penalty. This mitigates Annihilation's main drawback and is absolutely essential. Get it. For rank 5, go with damage attractor. This boosts the damage you deal, and any enemies caught in your Annihilation aura are also damaged further. It's kind of like amplified damage from Diablo 2. I feel like I have my own personal amp damage aura following me everywhere I go, and that way it's also kind of like conviction. Now we come to the most important passive that completely makes this build. Rank 6 has Draining Field, which replenishes your shields every time you kill an enemy. This is incredibly useful to the build, and you'll see why soon. Next up, we have Nova, the second most important skill in the entire build. Nova will be your primary attack, so it's extremely important that you assign its passives properly. For rank 4, go with damage and force. Since Nova is your main attack, you want to deal as much damage as possible. Rank 5 is based on what you prefer, but I like anti-armor, since I have disruptor ammo to easily deal with shields. Rank 6 is the most important passive in the entire build. You must pick sides with Nova, or else everything falls apart. Nova no longer has a recharge time, and now drains your shields instead. This means you can cast it as many times as you want, as long as you have a shield. Since everything you kill with Annihilation active regenerates your shield, you can potentially just keep recasting Nova over and over. This is pretty much the main synergy of the build. But we're not done yet. Last but certainly not least, we have Charge. Since our build is up close and personal build, we want to get as close as we can to the enemies and have them afflicted by our Annihilation charge, and actually kill them with Annihilation active. Charge is absolutely vital for closing the distance between the enemies. It lets you teleport across the map and even detonates combos for added damage. For rank 4 of Charge, pick damage and force. We need as much damage dealt by Charge as possible. Rank 5 is a harder pick, but I like weapons and melee. You want that extra melee damage to ensure you kill enemies with your melee to regenerate your shield, and melee attacks are super important to this build. You'll find out soon later. Rank 6 is another tough one. Go with Shock Trooper because you want to cast Charge as often as possible. Yes, Bastion is really good since it restores your shields while also reducing damage, but we'll already regenerate our shields pretty fast with Annihilation's boost anyway. Barrier is next. It's the only defense passive you'll get, so grab it. For rank 4, get Unyielding Barrier. We want as much max shielding as possible. For rank 5, go with Biotic Link. It'll raise your max shields with Annihilation active. Again, we want as much shields as we can. Rank 6 is, yes, it's tougher. Active Barrier directly synergizes with our build, but you really want Saving Barrier. Now our build can be pretty dicey sometimes. You might find yourself without any shields, close to death, and Saving Barrier is essentially your life insurance. It'll save you many times. it comes to the defensive and containment trees, you can customize these as you see fit, but make sure you pick exploitation in the rank 5 offensive biotics tree. Now we come to the weapons, and the most important melee weapon that makes this build great, the Ket Karphalon. The Ket Karphalon has life leech. Every time you strike a foe, you get health back. This is super useful if you run out of shields and are about to die, and that's something that might happen sometimes with this build. The Ket Karphalon will also trigger shield regeneration when an enemy is killed with Annihilation is active. That is pretty much the great thing about the Ket Karphalon, and melee weapons in general with this build. So not only is the Ket Karphalon a means of regenerating health and shields, but it's also a critical accessory to your damage output. The fusion mod of shielding is also tremendously useful too. This build values shields over HP because shields are your main means of casting Nova and dishing out damage. For your main weapon, go with a shotgun. We get up close and personal, and shotguns are great to deal tremendous close range damage. For your secondary weapon, you can pick a pistol or you can leave it blank. That's up to you. If you pick a pistol, pick one that has the lowest weight as possible so as to not damage your recharge rates. The more weight you have, the slower you can recharge and use your abilities. I personally like an SMG pistol with a huge clip to maximize how many shots of incendiary ammo I get. Remember, incendiary, disruptor, and cryo ammo can prime combos. When it comes to armor, pick pieces with max shielding percent to boost your shields. The biotic adept profile is also pretty nifty too. It has this awesome biotic echoes ability to expand your combos and boost your skills across the board. So that's the awesome biotic build that I use in this game. As I said, I practically never die, and I just have a blast now. I hope this video has helped you out, and be sure to let us know what kind of build you've created in the comments section below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel, and keep a lookout for more coverage from Tweaktown.